You know, when I first was getting into bushcraft, it never really occurred to me that you could chop with a big knife. The concept, just for whatever reason, had never really occurred to me. So it was a revelation to me when I saw guys like Nut and Fancy chopping down trees with their big knives and batoning and splitting and cross-grain batoning. I never knew about any of that stuff until a couple of years ago. And so you see a lot of videos on YouTube of guys chopping down trees, and I think that there's a lot of value in that. But something that I've realized that I've kind of overlooked in the process is a lot of trees you don't need to chop down. You don't need to expend those calories, because then you're going to have to replace those calories. And let's face it, do we really want to eat those pine grubs that we saw earlier? I don't know. I mean, if you were hungry enough, if you needed the calories, maybe you'd do it, but they looked a little funky. So with all that said, I'm trying to figure out more like the most efficient ways of gathering firewood. And I think a big thing that people overlook is a lot of times you can simply kick a tree over or break it. So I'm standing here next to a piece of standing deadwood. It's a little bit canted, growing at maybe a 60-degree angle, but should be fairly dry. It's mostly vertical. So I think I'm gonna pull this thing down, I'm pretty sure I can, and try to use it to make a one-stick fire. Okay, it's a little springier than I thought, so I'm going to give it a few chops, but I think that once I weaken it at that stress point, I should be able to get through without chopping all the way through it. I might end up eating crow, but I still think those are calories that you don't really need to expend. Let's see how that does. Come on, Snap. Whatever.
You got it.
Okay, so was that more or fewer calories than chopping? I don't know. Honestly, it was a lot harder to pull that down than I thought it'd be. But I still think that was probably less effort than chopping clear through it.
Dude,
I see a really weak
what about
one.
this one?
Yeah.
Now this would also get, I bet you can knock that down super easy.
Yeah, I bet you're right. Let's give it a go.
Yeah.
Okay, so that last one, honestly, it was a lot harder than I thought it'd be. I still think that was probably less energy, fewer calories than chopping clear through that log. But I don't know, it's a little debatable. It was harder than I thought. This one, you can see that just wiggling it left-handed, the ground underneath it is kind of pitching and rolling. So with that true, I bet I could just give it the good old 300 Spartan kick and knock it down. There we go. That's what I was looking for.
There we go. Now that was 0 calories expended. And we have 2 trees. It's a little wet at the bottom.
Yeah, maybe you don't use the bottom few feet.
Let's go chop this up and do some one-stick fire.
Cool.
I want to show you guys something we found as we were about to drag up those 2 logs. We're going to process those up and try some one-stick fires. We found this. Of course, honestly, it makes me a little sad. We're a little deep in here and there's litter. However, this is cotton, I think. It's full of spiders. But I I didn't bring a tin. Jeez Louise. But we're gonna char it. We're gonna try to char it anyway without a tin. So I'll take this piece back up if I can get a hold of it. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not getting bit by a spider or something. Man, look at this. I love the outdoors. This is just a ton of wood you could practice on, have fun with, do stuff with. So we are way down this crazy steep hill, but we're gonna go back up to the top. We got a valley. This might be a fun little walk for you to see as it opens up. It's really pretty up here. It's a beautiful day. Okay guys, multi-use. I'm gonna spread this out. Put all my fat wood in it. How cool is that? You know, before I started watching all these videos and thinking about things, I wouldn't have even thought of doing this, but it's all about multi-use. This will be burned into char cloth soon. Here's a baton. And I wouldn't have been able to carry my axe, film, and carry all this at the same time. Now I can. Bye-bye, wonderful fat wood. I wish I could take you with me.